Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pretty Blonde Banter. So, this is actually my very first podcast that I've ever done. It is something that I've been wanting to do for a while. And right now I have the time, and it's the new year. So, I figured it'd be a great time to start a new venture. And so this is going to be my introduction, kind of letting you guys learn a little bit about me and kind of what to expect on my new little podcast. I did like the air quotes with that, just so you know. So why don't we dive in? Come hang out with me for a while. I would love it. So I figured a good place to start is obviously with my name. So hi, my name's Courtney. I'm 38 years old and I live in beautiful southern Maine. I have been here for a little over a year now, and let me kind of give you a little backstory here. So I was actually born and raised in southern Maine. And after, I think it was like 2 weeks after I graduated high school, I was like, I'm out of here. So I ended up moving to Long Island, New York, like one of the outside boroughs of New York City. And I was with my best friend at the time, and we had so much fun. You know, it was so different than Maine. Because I was like that small town girl that, just wanted to experience big city life. So I did, and I loved it. So I stayed in New York for a while, and then I kind of got the itch to move. I have ADHD, so I kind of get restless every now and then, and I need to change things up. So I did, and I went to Florida. For a while, I was living in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and then Miami, Florida for a while. I just didn't quite find my groove there. I don't know, it just wasn't for me. So then I was like, okay, my friends are all in college up in Philly. So I moved to Philly and was there for a little bit. That was fun, but again, it just wasn't my vibe 100%. So I moved back to New York, and I started making some roots there, and I started my own business doing wedding planning, which really took off. And I was just kind of living the dream, or so I thought. What I thought was the dream. That lasted for a little while. And then that urge again, I had to move. And so this time I did a complete 360 and I moved to the outskirts of Memphis, Tennessee. And it was by far the best decision I ever made in my life. I'm so glad that I have some Southern roots now, because the South instilled so many important factors in my life. It changed me. It just made me see like this whole different side of life that I never knew existed. So for those of you listening, I'm sure I'm going to get this because I get this all the time with my accent. I have so many different accents in here. So you might hear some Southern things come out. You'll hear some New England or Mainer things come out. And then you'll probably hear some real thick New Yorker come out. So that is where it comes from. It's because I've moved around so much. So after Tennessee, I moved to Florida, and I was in Florida for a little while, and then some life changes happened, and I ended up back here in Maine, in pretty much the town that I grew up in. So, yeah. I am a mom, and I have a beautiful, almost 2-year-old son. And just saying that is so crazy to me still because of my age. I am an older first-time mom. But it's nuts. You guys, it's crazy. It's just crazy to say. But he is my little twin, and I'm so blessed to have him. He He saved my life, and I've heard so many parents say that their kids saved their lives, and I get it now because he did. I am divorced. I have been married and divorced twice, so I'm kind of like an old pro at it now. So if you need, any advice, just let me know. Been there, done that. I'm also a dog mom and a cat mom. I love my furry kids. They were here before my son, so they rank supreme. If you have pets, I am so sorry if all of this is just random, but I am terrible at talking about myself. So, this is what you get. This is what you're going to get with me, okay? I'm very random. So I hope you guys like it. I will keep you on your toes for sure. I am big into photography, and it's something that I used to do a lot more often than I do now, but I would love to get back into it. I really, really like nature photography. There's just something about getting outside and just capturing the natural beauty of something. It's just, I love it so much. I also love to go hiking and really anything outdoors. I'm still exploring the outdoors here in Maine. More so the winter activities. I haven't done many winter activities here. As a kid, when I was living here in Maine, I used to love going snowmobiling. It was my absolute favorite. I mean, I was on my sled all the time. From the second I got home from school to the second I went to bed, I was on that thing. I loved it so much. But unfortunately, I haven't been able to go on one. I'm making a pouty face right now because that makes me sad. But I need to get back into it. I need to get into the winter activities because I've found just the winter to be so boring. So I need to do something that makes it fun. So maybe getting into skiing and snowboarding. I do like both. I've never been ice fishing, but I do love to go fishing. So I don't know. I don't know if I could handle the cold. I'm still adjusting to the cold. You guys, that is so rough. Oh, I don't know. If you guys do ice fishing, how cold is it? Like, be real. How cold does it get? What else did I like? Oh, I used to like going to the ice races. They used to have ice races here when I was a kid on Milton Three Ponds in Milton, New Hampshire. And I would go to that all the time. But I haven't really seen any of that, especially when I was up here visiting in the winter times. There used to be this campground called Mighty Joe Campground, and that's where we would drive to go to the ice races. But I don't think that exists anymore, and I haven't really heard anything about the ice races. So I'm going to have to look into that because I know my son, he would freak out. He would love that stuff. So I got to add that to my list of things to check out. So I'm trying to think of some other things that kind of talk about who I am. Because I'm so bad at talking about myself. I was actually dreading making this video for the introduction because I don't talk about myself. And I feel like I'm kind of boring in that sense. Like, I don't know. I don't have these like grand hobbies and, I don't know. I'm just me. I'm actually very shy and, going out in public and doing public things, it's different for me. So I don't know. I feel like I'm boring a bit, but I know that I'm not, but I just feel like it. So like I said earlier, I'm sorry if this first little introduction episode is kind of all over the place, but that's how I am. I am very like unfiltered and I just go off the cuff. So I promise my next podcasts that I have coming up, they will not be like this because I actually have subjects to talk about and everything. But when it comes to talking about myself, I'm just the worst. So I did want to talk about what I have planned for this channel, for this kind of quote unquote podcast. I'm kind of going to be combining two things. I get asked all the time, mostly by men, for my opinions on things. You know, sometimes I find men just want a woman's point of view on something. And I get it, like I said, I get it quite often. So I was thinking about turning that kind of into like a little podcast idea, making a couple episodes about that. And then that sort of transitioned into kind of my life as, you know, a single woman dating in up here in the north, you know, versus how it was when I lived in the south, which then kind of branched into tapping into some of my really personal things. Because I've been through some really traumatic things in my life. And I'm at the point now where I'm comfortable talking about them. So everything just kind of seemed to just roll together. So I don't have like a set thing that this is all we're talking about. No. It's just going to be me and my banter. That's why I picked that name. But yeah, it's just going to be me sitting down, having a chat like I'm talking to one of my homies. Okay, I just proved that I'm a millennial right there. Whoops. But no, like it's just going to be just me talking to one of my besties or one of my bros or something like that, you know? So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you are checking this out, if you're listening to this right now, thank you so much. It just means a lot to me. I'm sorry if I'm a little nervous this first go around. I'm nowhere near professional, obviously. I've been told that people like my voice, so here we are. I figured I'd use it for the good. So thank you guys. Thank you for tuning in for this first one. If you have it in your heart, subscribe to this channel here, Pretty Blonde Banter. I would appreciate it so much. As always, if you could hit the thumbs up button, share it, whatever, I would be forever in your debt. Like, seriously. Thank you so much. I promise I'll be back with more soon, and it'll be so much better than this boring little introduction video. I pinky promise. Okay? Okay. All right. Thank you all so much for listening. I will see you all in my next podcast. Bye.